Resurrection of Jesus. Let's get into it. After Jesus passed away on the cross, he was taken down by a man named Joseph, a leader of religious law. He was wrapped in fine linen and put in a tomb. This was all done late on Friday afternoon. They prepared spices and ointments to anoint his body. By the time they were finished, the Sabbath had begun, and they had to rest as required by law. Early Sunday morning, they came back with the spices that they had prepared to find that the stone at the tomb had been rolled open and that Jesus was nowhere to be found. All of a sudden, they looked and they seen two men standing there in dazzling robes. They were immediately terrified and bowed their faces to the ground. Then the man asked, "Why are you looking among the dead for someone who is alive? He isn't here. He is risen from the dead. Remember what he told you back in Galilee? The Son of Man must be betrayed into the hands of sinful men to be crucified, and that he would rise again on the third day." And they remembered that he had said that. So they rushed back from the tomb to tell his 11 disciples and everyone else what had happened. They told the apostles that what had happened, but the story sounded like nonsense to the men, so they didn't believe it. However, Peter jumped up and ran to the tomb to look. Stooping, he peered in and saw the empty linen wrappings. So he went home again, wondering what had happened. Jesus was alive. And he came to visit all of his followers at different times. They all couldn't believe it at first. He was alive, and he proved it to them. He sat and ate with them. He told them, and I quote in verse 38 of Luke chapter 24, "Why are you frightened? Why are your hearts filled with doubt? Look at my hands, look at my feet. You can see that it's really me. Touch me and make sure that I am not a ghost, because ghosts don't have bodies, and as you can see, I do." As they spoke, he showed them his hands and his feet. Still they stood there in disbelief, filled with joy and wonder. Then he asked them, "Do you have anything else here to eat?" Even when he was standing right there before them, they didn't believe it. But he came back to show them. Follow for part 5.